Hello, folks. I'm Mike McCarty with another episode of the Rough and Tumble channel. Thanks so much for joining in. It's been a real pleasure, a privilege to give these stories, and I guess some feedback that some are really enjoying it. I enjoy sharing them. I enjoy bringing these memories back to life. It's just a real pleasure for me also. This next tale, I've mentioned this guy named Killer before in a couple of my episodes. Well, he's one of the stars in this episode as well. And I was, learning to climb power poles, and there was 3 of us sent out on this lease. I want to say that it was a mobile oil lease, but I don't remember for sure. I've slept since then, let's put it that way. And we were out there and we were framing poles. Now this outfit, oh man, we'd set those poles naked and then go and climb them and put the hardware on them. Well, that's not too bright, because you're supposed to frame them on the ground, set them, and it saves a whole lot of climbing, But anyway, we were young and trying to learn what to do, and Killer took a grunt or helper, and went over and was having him send things up to him with a hand line so he could frame a pole way over yonder. And I thought, well, I can do some upset poles. Well, the upset pole was a pole in the middle of the line, as the poles are going down through there. It's not dead-ended. The wire's just coming through, and there's a bolt that sticks through the pole like this. The insulator be like this, and you put the 3 insulator, deals up there, upset bolts, and lay the line on it, and just clip it in, tie it in after you get it sagged up. And I thought, well, I'll just tie those 3 upsets on my belt, and I'll go up there and frame this pole. I don't need help to do that. But I hadn't done much climbing. And so as I got over there and got on that pole, I tied those things on my lineman's belt and started going up that pole. Every step, I'm looking down, I'm making sure that those gaffs on those hooks is stabbing into that pole good so I wouldn't fall off. You're scared, man, you sticking it in, ain't going in that far. You'll all be skinning that pole, and come down looking like splinters. Well, not so much of that, because it's black creosote new pole, but it wouldn't be fun to fall on it. And so I'm going up that pole, and every time I go up, I take another step, and I'm looking down, and I'll go up and make another step, and I'm looking down, watching them feet. And I got on up to the top, and all of a sudden I hear Killer over yonder, way, way over yonder, and he's screaming his head off at me. And I thought, oh, man, I told him I was going to do this. Why is he mad at me? And I couldn't make out what he was saying. I could just hear him screaming and hollering at me. And I thought to myself, well, I don't think I did anything wrong. I just don't understand why he's mad at me. And so I'm looking over at him. I can't make out what he's saying, and I'm sitting here, and the next reach would have been the top of that pole was right here, and the next reach would have been there. And I'd have been back over on the ground, probably laying on my head, broke my neck, because I'd have fallen off backwards, because here's the top pole with this hand, the next was reaching air. Here's the top of the pole, see, reaching, dragging air. And that's what he was trying to do, keep me from over climbing that pole and hitting the ground, killing myself. And, I looked back and saw that. I'm going to tell you, folks, that is a terrible feeling. A terrible feeling to look around you and see no pole, because that's what I saw, nothing but air. And that just probably took 10 years off my life. I'll tell you, that scared me so bad, because here I was new at climbing. Killer had saved my life that day. And, he was busy working over there, so he was looking over his shoulder making sure I was okay. And he watched me get near the top, and he knew. Now, I wish he'd have hollered a couple of minutes earlier, or, you know, half a minute or whatever, because when I turned and saw nothing but air, whoo, that'd about give you a heart attack, folks. But anyway, I was saved that day thanks to old Killer. I sure appreciate him. He's gone now. He was in that Oreo goat thing I told about already, you know. They ate his Oreos off the dash of that truck. Well, that's another story, folks. Those are some of the hazards that exist out there. And I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you will share it. And I'd appreciate a like and a subscribe. Till next time, folks, I'm Mac McCarty saying so long for the Rough and Tumble channel.